Hi, welcome to lesson 8 on the Terai region of Nepal. What your syllabus states is you need to know the management of environmental resources and the effects of human activities on the Terai region of Nepal, to include how ecosystem can be managed to balance the conflict between conservation, preservation and human needs. So first of all, where is it? So this is the specific Terai region of Nepal. Nepal is a country situated in between India and China, and it's sandwiched in between these two superpowers. The Terai region is in the southern kind of border with India, and it's a low-lying plains region. The southern part of Nepal contains a rich agricultural area called the Terai region. It consists of fertile floodplains and is the main agricultural region of the country. As well as farming, there are trades, industry and services. Just as a result of the high human population density, that's because it's flat, natural resources are at risk of being overused. So this is the first thing to do. Click on the links and see the Terai region visually on YouTube. You can see some interesting videos on how locals are combating poaching, as tourism is a massive industry there, and how NGO organisations are helping locals combat poverty. The Terai region is a very poor area. And as you can see, these are actual builders making bricks out of rocks. And just to show the poverty dealing with people. And a common source of fuel for them, as they don't have gas and they don't have much firewood, they use cow manure dried, and that's what you can see here. This is a bag of cow manure. Other things are children, families work together to provide. So obviously at a low level, schooling is not a priority for every family. The Terai ecosystem has extremely high biodiversity, with many subtropical plants like bamboo. There are areas of thick forest with Bengal tigers, sloth bears and Indian rhinos. Millions of people depend on the Terai region for their income due to poverty and corruption. Large areas of forest have been cleared for agriculture to sell the timber. Deforestation has increased monsoon flooding, disrupting communities. If deforestation continues, only small, isolated pockets of forest will be left. This would be devastating for wildlife, tourism, and people who rely on over-harvesting wood for building or for fuel. I just wanted you to see the relative poverty that is in this region, the Terai region. This is a road going to a village in the area, and as you can see, the poverty is there's no road, there's no vehicles. This is a walkway, and this is how people ferry things across: cows, people, everything. And this is the region, the infrastructure that exists within it. Due to the poverty in Nepal and in this region, many people don't have a gas supply or a heating supply, so therefore they result in fires to heat their home and cook with. This results in the use of woods and forests and trees, which results in, again, huge amounts of trees and natural habitats getting destroyed for firewood and heating. Sustainable forest management in Nepal is now happening, thankfully. This has been achieved through national legalisation and local community forest groups. Local groups have set harvesting rules, set rates and prices for products, and decide how surplus income is distributed. Small forestry businesses work together to gain certification by the Forestry Stewardship Council, which rewards their sustainable forestry, which is a really good thing for the environment, not over-exploiting it and not losing the habitats for all these animals. The region may be poor and have not a very good infrastructure. However, it is rich in natural resources. Its soils are very rich in nutrients. Basically anything grows there, because all of them get washed down from the Himalayas, all these rich nutrients. You also get lots of rich forests as well, and this teems with wildlife. So obviously the population of the country is growing rapidly. People are coming to the Terai region because of its abundance of natural resources, and therefore the population in the area is increasing. Therefore, the forest is getting depleted and cut down so people can farm and make a livelihood there. The government, therefore, is putting in sustainable practices such as sustainable forestry and sustainable farming, so all these resources are not used up. The Terai region is, again, key in your syllabus, and it's, again, about that balance between the economic bounty of the country and it's using up its natural resources, and they're trying to balance this with the sustainable forestry and sustainable agriculture. As you can see to the left, you can see some logged area, and this again, forest cut down, but it would have been sustainably done and shared out to the people of this village. This sustainable practice is all about not using up the resources so they can be used again and again. This is done with the forest, and it's also done in agriculture as well. Many things they try not to rely on pesticides and fertilizers and herbicides, and try to use manure and natural fertilizer of the land so that they can sustainably carry on farming. So what effects has this had due to this? So the successes of these community forest groups in Nepal, in the Terai region, this has improved in the area and the density of forested regions. It's improved the soil and the water management of the area as well. No more runoff, no more soil erosion, and no more polluted water. It's increased in prices for forestry products, therefore more income for the region and the people, and a better quality of life. Employment and income generation through forest protection, as well as through the production of non-timber forestry products, also is a good boost for the area. The sustainable wood food source is contributing to 3/4 of household energy needs, which is another great thing. The securing biodiversity of the forested areas, and therefore more wildlife, therefore more tourism. Due to the relative flatness of the Terai region, it's the only hospitable land where farms can generally take place in Nepal. So it's a really key thing that the country promotes sustainable agriculture in this region. Promoting what they do is they promote production of fruits and vegetables in the hills and mountain regions to avoid further intensification of the Terai. They have improved irrigation facilities to enhance crop production. They have multiple cropping, more than one crop on a piece of land in one season. They have growing nitrogen fixing crops to enhance soil fertility. So after every year of one crop that is harvested, they will plant legumes such as clover, and this will enrich the soil with nitrogen again from its nitrogen fixing bacteria. They're also growing crops resistant to soil, climatic and biotic challenges through biotechnology and genetic engineering of these crops so that they're more resistant and hardy in this area. They're also improving soil fertilization techniques to enhance crop yields, such as using manure from the cows Again, not using fertiliser, which would run off and could pollute areas. So to all these contributing factors, they now are using sustainable forestry and agricultural practices. The Terai region is now being managed in a manner that it will secure both the biodiversity of the region, which will save the animals and the wildlife and encourage the tourists, whilst also benefiting the economic welfare of its residents for the future. This is, again, it's all about these balances in your syllabus, and this is one of the key areas they talk about. So as a result of these practices being balanced in the Terai region, the balance of forestry and agriculture, they're keeping the forests and protecting them, which again is encouraging biodiversity. This biodiversity, the area such as the Bengal tiger and the other rhinos and other wildlife, encourages mass tourism, which is a great thing for the region. And here you can see a tiger in one of their nature reserves, the Chitwan National Park. So that's it. Basically now you need to go and answer page 308, the questions 1 to 3. And when you do that, you need to then use the resources and complete the learning mat on the Terai region. I hope this was useful for your learning. Thank you.